Okay, everyone, short video today. It's about the process of international extradition, which can be quite complicated, but not in this case. Now, Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate, there they are, being arrested in Miami. Now, they're influencers in the manosphere. Now, prosecutors in the UK and Romania have charged them with 59 counts of alleged rape, human trafficking, arranging or facilitating trafficking for sexual exploitation, assault occasioning actual bodily harm, and offenses connected to indecent images of a child and extreme pornography. Now, they were arrested in Miami on July 18th on a sealed warrant linked to an extradition request from the UK. They're being held in federal custody. Now, it seems they became acquainted with Donald Trump Jr. after the 2016 election, and they advocated for President Trump's reelection in 2024. Now, maybe that's why they sought refuge in Miami. Now, the asylum laws prohibit granting asylum to those who are fleeing criminal prosecution, with the exception of political persecution. But they would need to prove political persecution, which isn't easy, even if they really were being politically persecuted. Now, if any nation on earth had granted them asylum, my guess is that nation would have become the laughingstock of the UN. Now, when you appear before a legal court or tribunal, you have to pass the laugh test at a minimum. Now, maybe because they had been sucking up to the Trump family, the Tates thought that the Trump administration would deny the extradition request. Doesn't work like that. The Trump administration has announced already that the U.S. will honor the extradition treaty with the U.K. Of course, why wouldn't the U.S. honor the extradition treaty? Right now, they're being held in federal custody. The federal district court there will make a legal determination whether the extradition request complies with the treaty. Now, the charging documents have to be attached to the request, etc., and the judge will look them over. Now, lawyers for the Tates can make their arguments then. Now, I doubt that the Luigi Mangione fandom will show up for the Tates, since Mangione was never accused of sex trafficking and rape. You know what I'm saying? So, the federal district court is where the defense can make all of its arguments. They can even seek a writ of habeas corpus, the great writ of liberty, which should be denied. Of course, now they shouldn't be set free while the legalities are being determined, because they're a flight risk, obviously. Now, the U.S. Attorney will make those arguments in favor of extradition, and Secretary of State Marco Rubio already announced that the extradition treaty remains in force, and the provisions of the treaty will determine the avenues of appeal, if any. Now, typically, extraditions can take months or years. The legal team for the Tate Brothers say they will fight extradition. Not surprising. The process has to play out, and the final decision will be made by the Secretary of State. Now, folks could be upset to hear that the Tate brothers will receive the benefits of legal process and may view it as obscene that they'll get to go to court and argue that they're being persecuted, etc. But think about this. Now, one of the arguments they get to make, though it won't work for them, is that they're at risk of being tortured by the requesting governments if they're extradited. Now, in asylum cases, for example, even if you have no valid claim of asylum, but if you can prove you would be tortured if you were sent back, the U.S. Will keep you detained rather than send you back under the Convention Against Torture, which is part of international human rights law. Or maybe the U.S. would send you to a safe third country. Now, those are important legal principles that must be upheld, even in cases such as the Tate brothers. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe.